Name, address, postal code, and position.
Kevin Gifford, 43 Graham Avenue in Welland, L3C 1H5.
Go ahead,
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of council. As stated, my name is Kevin Gifford. I'm a lifelong resident of Welland and currently reside at 43 Graham Avenue. I've lived there with my wife Francine for over 20 years, where we have enjoyed raising our family. We have both been active volunteers in the community and our neighborhood. In the interest of transparency, I would also like to disclose that I am currently employed by the City of Welland. I'm here tonight to voice to you my opposition to the proposed 7-story development at 699 Niagara Street. I am aware the city's official plan designates the area as high-density residential, and although I personally believe that commercial, retail, strip mall type development would be more conducive to the surrounding area, that ship has sailed and I accept that. I submit to you, however, that a building of this stature would tower far above neighboring properties. Once precedence has been established, I envision a row of high-rises adjacent to this property, running south to Abbey, and from the cemetery on the east side of Niagara Street, running south to Aqueduct Street. The developer CEO, Mr. Sumro, has gone on record as saying, and I quote, "It's a flagship project and we hope to do many, many more in the area," unquote. I believe that if high-density residential construction is going to happen in this area, 3 to 4 story maximum height would be far more appropriate than 7 stories. I've spoken to a number of other area residents who are of the same opinion. Graham Avenue, running immediately parallel to the west of Niagara Street, and Gadsby Avenue, parallel to the east, are both well-established, mature, single-family residential neighborhoods. The east side of Graham Avenue, which abuts the Niagara Street rear property lines, is comprised solely of single-story bungalow-type homes. I encourage councilors to drive down these streets and imagine the aesthetics, a row of high-rises behind the homes of these long-time residents, especially if communication towers begin showing up on rooftops. That's not what we signed up for. We would be in the shadow of these buildings and on Graham most likely be denied morning sunlight. This has the potential to negatively impact property values as well as our enjoyment of life. Speaking more specifically to the property in question, the developer is seeking an amendment to the required 1.5 parking spaces per unit and asking you to allow for 1 space per unit for a total of 42 spaces. The condos are being advertised as student housing investment opportunities. Given that there could be in excess of 130 individual tenants within the 42 suites, I would suggest that even the required 63 spaces for a building this size would be insufficient considering the number of residents and visitors. What I see in regards to this issue is a loophole that the developer is attempting to exploit. Overflow parking is likely to end up on Graham Avenue as well as onto Forest Road. Not only would this serve as an inconvenience to existing residents, it has potential to be a safety concern for pedestrians considering that neither of these streets have sidewalks. As well, I don't think I need to tell you what is likely to happen to the rink if Graham Park becomes a footpath between the condo property and Graham Avenue. Furthermore, having lived in the area for several years, I believe it can be argued that at peak times, making left-hand turns in and out of this property will be challenging at best. I believe that the present difficulty of making left-hand turns on Niagara, in or out of the Esso station next to this property, or on Woodlawn, to and from the housing complex at 21 Woodlawn, is a testament to this. My interpretation of the noise study done regarding this property is that in excess of 10,000 vehicles per day pass by this property. As a result, I would anticipate increased vehicular traffic on Graham Avenue due to residents of this building detouring to avoid those left turns. We have already experienced increased traffic as a result of the extension and development of Abbey Road west of Carleton Avenue. In closing, I would like to state that for the most part, my wife and I are truly pleased with the direction council and staff have been taking in attempting to develop, grow, and attract investment to our community. We commend you for your dedication and diligence. This should not, however, be accomplished at the cost of negatively impacting the lives of longtime residents and taxpayers. The city is obligated to notify immediate neighbors of proposed zoning changes and amendments, and I respectfully remind council that there is good reason for this. The reason is so that the opinions of those potentially impacted are not only heard, but considered. I have submitted to Mr. Monday a petition signed by 65 residents of the immediate area opposing this development. For these reasons, I strongly urge you to deny this application and its amendments in present form. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. Councillor Keough has a question for you. John Keough.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Gifford, I believe you're a firefighter, is that correct?
Through the chair, yes.
Great, so through you, if I can ask a question, if you put your firefighter cap on and you live downtown Welland, and an incident happened out there with the parking lot full of cars in a narrow space, chances of bringing 2 or 3 of our fire trucks out there, would there be concern on your part as a professional?
I would defer that to the chief. However, I would have no reason for believing that they wouldn't meet the standards.
I believe really the fire chief should really deal with that.
But that's all I need to know, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anyone else?